Hi there, welcome to another edition of Inside the Caribbean. I'm Hume Johnson. Ever so often I encounter a project which I think would be so perfect for the Caribbean. This time it was a place branding project called Celebrate Coventry, being organized by the people of Coventry in Rhode Island. So when the team called me up and asked me whether I could help to re-image their town, I jumped at the opportunity. I brought along several of my public relations students with me, and this was our encounter, re-imaging Coventry. Take a look. And this is something that you have to do beyond us. On a regular basis, provide updated information, materials to reporters if there's some new development in Coventry. Coventry, Rhode Island is a rural town with big plans. Karen Carlson is the chairperson of the volunteer group called Celebrate Coventry.
Visitors during the summer and spring, and we get people used to coming into Coventry, then we might be able to get more small businesses in and keep the ones we have.
My students and I met with her and her team to figure out how we could help them to rebrand Coventry.
Are you trying to bring in out-of-town people? Are you trying to use local talent, outside talent, stuff like that? Who are you looking to?
Well, I think basically we're trying to target town people.
Okay.
First.
They say Coventry's biggest challenge is to build a positive perception of the town, has high taxes, problems with the management of its fire district, its rural location, and the absence of a central downtown area are stifling the growth of Coventry. And residents have got together and they want to do something about that. They call the project Celebrate Coventry. Their goal, to revitalize the economy of Coventry, to promote Coventry as a tourist destination, and to make Coventry one of the cultural centers of Rhode Island. I went on a tour of Coventry today with the team. Let's see what we find out.
That lot that we just parked in, is that, like, do people use that for public parking, or is that just...
Our first stop was Johnson's Pond, where we met Norma Smith, a resident who has lived here all her life. She was eager to tell us about its rich history.
There was a tavern here
this
as well.
This is Norma, the historian,
with my book. But there was also a tavern on this corner, which is long since gone.
which is a shame.
But this is gone. The mill pond is here that I pointed out to you. And that mill we saw there is here now.
Located in Kent County, Coventry boasts 5 historic districts, which are the foundation of the town's rich history.
Was a field. That's where the French troops camped, and they let them build on it.
Wow.
They should have never let them build on it.
That's because they don't really care that much about
I know.
history.
That should have never been allowed. But what can I say?
The town is also home to industrial mills, once used for manufacturing. Now they are apartment homes. There are also beautiful parks and nature trails. But perhaps the most significant stop was this monument, the Nathaniel Greene Homestead. Nathaniel Greene was a general in the U.S. Army. In fact, he was the second in command to George Washington, the first president of the United States. Yet, he's largely unknown in Rhode Island. David Procaccini is the president of the General Nathaniel Greene Homestead Association.
And this is where he planned to settle down for his entire life. He died shortly after the war, so he never get to spend his whole life here. He ended up moving to the South, and the house moved on in his family. But this was the house that he built, that he planned to live his entire life in, and it was built by his own 2 hands, and it's the monument to him as an individual and his dreams, and that how he pretty much sacrificed himself to form the nation.
To recognize Nathaniel Greene, the Homestead stages a reenactment of the Revolutionary War every year.
In this field, the spectators sit right on the hill right here, and the battle goes on right across here and into that field over there and into that field over there.
You fit thousands of people? This was the cast.
Over the 2 days, yeah. Because we do 2 battles a day, so it's spread out.
Time.
Do you get the kind of publicity that would bring people in to the house?
We do now. We didn't for a long time. My predecessor is now in his 80s, and he didn't believe in social media or...
Public relations is very important to the Celebrate Coventry team, and so the Roger Williams University students are focused on this aspect of it.
To take this town and really amp it up. You know, get coverage for them in newspapers, television, all good stories, you know, about what the community is doing through focusing on their arts, their culture, music, everything to do with a small town, big family type thing.
So now I'm standing in front of the Coventry Lumber Music Pavilion. Now, prior to this, Coventry did not have a town center. So this pavilion is meant to be a place where residents, families, people can come together as a community. And this is one of the main features of the Celebrate Coventry project. The Celebrate Coventry Committee hopes to showcase the cultural history of the town here to attract community members and tourists. Our final stop was here at the Summit General Store, which has been around since 1886. We asked the owner Paul and store employee Kayla what they thought about Coventry.
Or what to. I'd like to see the rural end maintain its rural characteristic. You know, I'd like to see the center of town maintain its characteristics and stuff. So, you know, I'd like a lot of things to stay the same.
Improve-wise, I don't think it needs to improve that much because we do have everything that we need. Just more people to know about it, like the woods. Like I'd like to stay.
What do you want people to know the most about Coventry?
That it's just like a fun place to raise family. It's a good family town. I do like that. A lot of kids go outside. There's a lot to do outdoors-wise.
So you don't have plans to leave Coventry anytime soon?
Probably not, no. The taxes are a little high to own a house, but no, not anytime soon.
I certainly hope you enjoyed that journey inside Coventry, Rhode Island. I certainly did. And there are towns across the Caribbean that can re-image themselves, promote their culture, their distinctive characteristics, revitalize the economies of these towns, and create employment. And that's all on Inside the Caribbean for this week. Until next time, I'm Hume Johnson. You take good care.